Okay, you guys, so fans are upset with Ari for calling her son, your son, a narcissist. So Ari made some comments about how her 6-year-old son, your son, manipulates her to get his way, and she told him that he has narcissistic ways. Take a look.
So, what you got to say?
I'm an orphan.
Do you feel like you've been misbehaving? Yeah.
I do not post this. Please.
I asked you if you wanted to come on here and say your piece. You said yeah. So now you asked to post it. So, scram. Because I'm posting it.
No.
Say your piece. What's been going on?
I'm an orphan.
Stop saying it.
Why?
You feel like that mouth mark? Yeah, the last day or so.
I'm sorry.
You're a narcissist.
I know.
You know. You have narcissistic. You always try to ease your way out of stuff, or like your charm, or like, I'm sorry, mommy, and then
I love you. Now.
I love you too. This is what you do, and then you do like little stuff again. You know what I'm saying?
I won't do it again.
That's your baby voice?
I won't do it again.
Yeah, like let me know you serious though. You know what I'm saying?
I won't do it again.
Okay. We'll see.
So even though that conversation went in an upbeat type of way, fans were not here for Ari calling her 6-year-old son a narcissist. And this is what they had to say. Calling a child a narcissist is insane. There's power in the tongue. Don't speak that over that baby. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. SMFH, speaking that on him is not a good look. Poor baby said, I know. What type of negativity is this you are speaking over your black son? I actually work in a population where narcissism behavior is prevalent, and a kid having narcissistic tendencies or characteristics already isn't far-fetched. She's with him every day. She knows what she sees. A lot of personality disorders aren't diagnosed until 18, but believe me, there's signs early on. So what is narcissism? Narcissistic personality disorder is a chronic condition characterized by a pattern of grandiosity, need for admiration, and lack of empathy. People with NPD may have difficulty managing their emotions and relationships. And people with narcissism usually abuse the people around them. And narcissistic abuse is defined as a pattern of emotional abuse that involves manipulation, control, and a lack of empathy. It can happen in close relationships, such as with romantic partners, friends, family, and co-workers. And what does narcissism look like in children? They usually have a lack of empathy, manipulative behavior, difficulty handling criticism, fear of abandonment, relationship issues, codependency, and difficulty accepting responsibility. Now, how are narcissists developed? Through their parents. Take a look.
Number one is either of these extreme parenting styles. Either the parenting style of my child can do no wrong mentality, meaning that you are conditioning your child from a young age to be entitled because you're failing to teach them empathy, you're failing to teach them accountability or perspective taking, and you kind of take this approach of my baby is literally an angel and everyone else is bad kind of thing, right? So this is the parent who gets the call that their child has done something wrong at school, and then instead of exploring, and teaching, not abusing, teaching their child about like better ways to express their emotions or whatever it may be, they instead lash out on the teacher or the school because like, how dare you say my child did something wrong? That increases the likelihood of a child who then grows up to be an entitled adult who lacks empathy for others or has any consciousness around how their behaviors affect other people. There also is another parenting style that can increase the risk of narcissistic personality disorder, which would be completely neglectful parent, meaning that you're maybe making sure that your child is fed and clothed, but you're neglecting them emotionally. You maybe shame them for their emotions. You do not make it safe for them to express their feelings. So from a young age, they're unable to get those emotional needs met, and they start to turn themselves off to other people because they are kind of led to fend for themselves. And so they're emotionally detached and unavailable in some ways because you do not nurture them as the human beings they are and the emotions that they have.
And that is very interesting to know. So I'm wondering what is going on with Ari and your son to where she feels like he has these narcissistic traits. Now, the good thing about this is your son is still very young, so whatever it is can be corrected. But I want to know, what do you guys think about this? Number one, do you feel like Ari is wrong for telling her 6-year-old son he's showing traits of narcissism? Do you feel like she knows what she's talking about? Would you be honest with your child that way? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about all of this, but that's all I have for you, and I'll talk to you later.
Tiny little girls, and I like fluffed it out to make it bigger. And I'm about to get in the tub and then get my makeup done and get ready to go to the gala time. I was gonna go to the game, but I'm not gonna go to the game. Yeah, and then I'm gonna come back to the room and chill. Then I'm gonna go to the hosting and yeah. So these are the options. As you guys know, I'm going with that
dress,
one.
then go to the airport, then go. But it's okay. Y'all don't give a fuck about my shit. When I start not giving out y'all money, y'all gonna feel it. I promise you, y'all gonna feel it.
Do you want to take this when he's leaving?
Oh my God, yes, dog.
But
she, first of all, you understand how much money I put in them hoes' pockets. You can't put on a dress, you can't put on something.
The lady is mental. She just made this man. She had a driver, y'all. She gonna pick me up. You know, we riding the Maybach. You know, we cruising. Like, okay. So she like, you know what? I don't feel like driving. I'm gonna call her driver. Boom. Next thing you know, I come downstairs to get in the car. She's kicking the man out. Get the, you ain't finna drive on. Like you don't know how to fucking park. You don't know how to. I'm like, what's this happening? She makes the man get out. The man get to walking. What?
Seriously,
now she pricing people out. The girl said she just came from the airport, cutting some slack.
I ain't cutting no slack.
This is
Sorry, when I start cutting slack and start cutting.
So I decided to change because they said my outfit was not fitting the. Jeremiah told me, you look a mess. You doing too much. That's ridiculous. That I said I changed into.
I should have get my fucking birth. I didn't know it was very. I told you that. Yes.